Yo, welcome back to Lex Code. In today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to split your subcommands into different files. As an example, if we take a look at one of the commands that we created previously, the reload.js command, you can see here that we are utilizing the subcommands function of slash commands, and we are executing both subcommands in the same file using a switch statement. And this is completely fine and perfect. But when you're working on larger size commands with a lot of subcommands and with a lot of functions within the subcommands execute functions, then you really don't want to put them all in the same file, because you will end up with 500, 600 lines. So in this case, it's completely okay to have it in one file, without splitting the subcommands. But in larger cases, like I'm gonna show you right now, so this is my side project working on a 5M inspired Discord bot. If you take a look at our, let's go to commands, craft. If you go to the craft command, you can see here we have 84 lines of only the subcommands layout. And now if you look at the execute functions, every file basically 76 lines, 71. So every file is 70, or this one 90 lines. So it's better to split them up this way, like it is here, than having them all in one big file. So alright, I'm gonna show you how to do it. If you go to your index.js, you're gonna be creating a new collection which is gonna be called subcommands. So client.subcommands equal to new collection. And if my project here doesn't look like yours, or you haven't been watching this series, it's completely fine. If you know how to adapt your code, and if you need help, you're always welcome to join our support Discord, linked in the description. All right, so let's continue on. Let's go ahead now to our sorry, not functions, to our handlers, to the command handler. And in here, we're gonna do the exact same thing we did with the commands collection. We're gonna clear it. So await client dot sub commands dot clear, and that way, sorry, await. And that way, whenever we use the reload command, the subcommands also get reloaded. So, all right. In here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down a couple of lines, and in here we're gonna create an if statement, and we're gonna check. So if the command file has a property of subcommands, then we're gonna return with a client dot subcommands dot set. We're gonna set the command dot subcommand, and then we're gonna provide the file to the collection. So what is gonna do, because we are looping through the files inside of the array, which is returned to us by the load files function, is gonna check if the command has a subcommands or sorry, subcommand property. Make sure this is the same as this, and copy this, by the way, because we're gonna be using it somewhere else. I'm gonna show you where. So we're gonna return, basically we're only gonna, if this is returns true, we're only gonna run this sorry, this code right here, and we're gonna ignore everything else which are under it. That means you won't console log the subcommands, you will only console log the actual main command. Alright, once that is done, let's go to our reload.js. And like I said, I'm gonna be showing you an example with this reload command because we already have it. But with files this small, you really don't need to split them into different files. Alright. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new folder inside of the commands, or the developer folder. We're gonna call it reload, and make sure you name your folders the same name as your parent command, in this case reload. All right, so we're gonna drag that file into it, and and by the way, all the imports are gonna be changed, but we don't need that for now. So instead, inside of the reload folder, we're gonna create two files. So one for the event subcommand, one for the command subcommand. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Events.js and commands.js. All right. So in the commands.js, we're gonna basically require chat input interaction, and we're gonna model export, and here we're gonna give this file the property of subcommand, and we're gonna equal it to the parent command name, and this is very important you're following. So the name of the main base command of these subcommands is reload, so we have to go here and type reload, all right, and then dot commands. So we're gonna be basically referencing what this file is, what's the purpose of this file. And here we're telling ourselves, basically the developer, that this command is a subcommand of the reload base command. Pretty simple. Now we're gonna go down here and we're gonna execute like we normally do. We're gonna execute interaction, and also you can execute client if you want, which we're gonna be needing because it's a reload command. So and then we'll grab our parameters, sorry, just like this, and we're only gonna require command interaction, and we can also require the client parameters. After that is done, we're gonna open our brackets. All right, so now we're gonna copy this. All right, let's copy it and place it inside of our events.js, and we're gonna change the reload.commands to reload.events, corresponding what this file is for. All right, once that is done, let's go to our reload command. Like we see here, we're using the switch statement, so we're gonna check for the events. We're gonna copy whatever inside of this event brackets. All right, so we're gonna crop it or copy it, whatever you want, and we're gonna paste it here. And in here, we use the function load command, so we need to require it. So let's go ahead and type const and open up our brackets, require, and it's gonna be inside of our functions folder. Not load, no, it's gonna be inside of our handlers folder. Sorry, let me do that real quick again. So handlers slash event handler, right? And what we're gonna require from that file is the load events function. So now we have that set, and the client is already executed in here. So basically that's all for this command. Now let's go back to the reload and copy the commands, and here the commands function, paste it inside of the command, and in here we're gonna basically require the same thing. So we're gonna type const equals require to dot wherever you have your handler. All right, and we're gonna be loading, we're gonna require the load commands function, and we should be good to go here. All right, so now in this file, the basically base file, we don't need this, we can remove them. We don't need, actually we don't need the execute function even, so we're gonna remove that. All right, we're gonna remove the stuff that we required here but we don't need. So let's do that real quick to have a cleaner file. And like I said, you don't have to do it to this command because it's a very small command, but I'm just showing you an example. All right, so we're not done yet because we need to respond to these commands. So let's go to our events client, no, sorry, interaction and slash commands.js, where we have our interaction create. So let me go ahead and paste my ID real quick here, because it is a developer command. And what we're gonna be doing is simple. So we're gonna type const is subcommand, or whatever you want to call this variable. So subcommand equals to interaction dot options dot get subcommand, right? And then we're gonna check. So if there is a subcommand, if this returns something, all right, then we're gonna open up this brackets, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna define the subcommand file. We're gonna type const subcommand file equals to client.subcommands.get, and in here we're gonna open up curly, so not curly, the backticks, and here we're gonna type interaction.command command name, and then dot, we're gonna place a dot here, and then a sub command, and that's it. So what this is gonna return, if this is true, it's gonna return the subcommand name, which in this case will be commands. And if it exists, then we're gonna run whatever inside of this code. And here we're gonna basically get the subcommand file by going to the subcommands collection and searching for the subcommand relating to, or sorry, the parent commands relating to this subcommand. Now that is after that is done, we're gonna check if it exists like we do here. So we're gonna check if exclamation mark subcommand file, then we're gonna return with interaction reply. And well, we can copy this, to be honest with you. Let's copy it real quick. Return interaction subcommand, and here we're gonna say this subcommand is outdated. And now, but if it does exist, then we're gonna type subcommand file, command file dot execute, and we're gonna pass in the clients and the interaction, and in here we're gonna type else command dot execute. All right, so now that is done, let's completely restart our bot. So node space dot, everything restarted without any issues. And like we see here, we only see the reload command, we don't see the sub commands with, and that's a good thing, because you might have other commands that are named the same. So now if you go to our Discord real quick in here, and let's try. So if you do a slash here, we'll see that we have the same layout, subcommands layout, reload events and reload commands. And now if we do slash reload events, it's gonna say reloaded event. And if you look at our console, the events table was console load. That means that everything is working. And let's do another check. So reload events, this is working, for example. And let's reload our commands. Reload commands. All right. And now let's reload events again. And like you see here, reloaded events, this is working. That means our reload commands are working on subcommands, and everything is working fine. So thank you guys for watching this episode. I hope you find something interesting, and I hope you find a really good use for this subcommand splitting system, or whatever you want to call it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.